Hey guys, Austin here, and welcome back to another Pixelmon guide here on the channel. Today, guys, I thought I would take the time to have a little bit of a discussion video with you all about the Pixelmon mod, how far it's come, and why it is still, in my opinion, the best Pokemon game that is out there for the simple collection of Pokemon aspect, which is what Pokemon's all about. You gotta catch them all. So if you guys are excited to sort of listen to a sort of podcasty-like video, feel free to sit back, relax. You don't have to watch it in terms of like actually watching the screen. I'm just gonna be flying around giving you guys some pointers and talking about a few things on why Pixelmon is amazing. So it's just a bit of a discussion and we're gonna go from there. If you guys enjoyed this type of content, leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and if while I'm talking about things you want to leave your input down below in the comment section, feel free to do so. Please, I encourage it, as long as you're all nice to one another and you're just giving your thoughts and feelings. Go for it. It helps YouTube's algorithm promote the video even further anyway. So let's get right into this. Also, it's early in the morning, so if I sound like I'm dying, that might be why. Either way, let's do this. So, Pixelmon. First point of why Pixelmon's so much fun, honestly, I mean, I don't know if you guys can see, but look at my team. I have a Mewtwo, a shiny Mega Lucario, a shiny G-Max Charizard, an Iron Thorns, a Hisuian Samurott, and a shiny Victini. So why is this important? Why is this team very unique? Well, let's start things off with Mewtwo. Mewtwo is something that's only available in the main Kanto games and then through events later on in a few other games. So Mewtwo isn't exactly something you can normally get in every single Pokemon game. You sort of gotta wait for it to be in an event, and if it's not an event, you gotta transfer from other games. So Mewtwo, kind of difficult unless you go the Pokemon Go aspect where you transferred from that to home and then from home to whichever game it's compatible with. That can work too. Mega Lucario. Megas don't exactly exist in Gen 8 onwards. They were invented in Gen 6. They were ported into the Gen 7 game Sun and Moon, but after that you could no longer acquire them. There's even if you try to transfer a Megas Pokemon into a newer version of Minecraft, if you try to transfer it to a new version of the Pokemon games, it just says it's not compatible. You can transfer the Pokemon, but it will no longer be able to Mega Evolve. G-Max, the Gigantamax and Dynamax forms of Pokemon, it's the exact same thing. If you had that Pokemon in Sword and Shield and you want to transfer it, it's going to say, we're taking away this form. You can't actually get it in other games. I'm not entirely sure how Pokemon Go is going to handle Gigantamaxing if they ever do, but I can tell you right now, already, this Pixelmon right here, only game that has both Gigantamax and Mega Evolution. Z moves as well, I should throw in there, but you can't really depict that in a Pokemon. So, anyway, Iron Thorns, the new Gen 9 Paradox Pokemon. So, since Gen 9 is still, an ongoing game, and it is going to be ongoing for another year or so with the DLC and everything, we can't really exactly pull our full predictions aside for how they're going to be handling the Paradox Pokemon, if they're going to be transferable to other games or not. So far, you can put them in Pokemon Home, it seems. But aside from that, it's unclear where we're going to be going with them. But in terms of, again, not the duality per se, but like the ability to have all those Pokemon in Pixelmon, right then and there. Obviously, Pixelmon is still adding Generation 9, but right now they have 3 Paradox Pokemon in, and they fit very well. And the funny thing is you can actually Dynamax the Paradox forms. You can give them Dynamax candy. They are able to Dynamax as long as you have the Dynamax band and the energy like charged up for them. You can do it, which is pretty crazy, I must say. As for the Hisuian Pokemon, again, they so far are only transferable to Pokemon Home in the main series games and back and forth. I don't think any other game is compatible with them yet, but I imagine Scarlet and Violet will be. Aside from that, though, there's nowhere you can really put them aside from Pokemon Home and their actual game Arceus. But in Pixelmon, they have a very nice home, and you can Dynamax them, which is pretty crazy. You can give them Z moves. I forgot to mention that too. Yes, you can give the Paradox form Z moves as well. It's insane. As for Victini, the reason why I put Shiny Victini specifically on my team is Victini is one of those Pokemon that you could only acquire in the main series games during events. Crazy enough as that seems, it was only available during an event whenever Pokemon Black and White came out. And if you never got it through that event, you never have had Victini in your game. And I'm not sure about the Shiny Victini, if that was given out later or whatnot, but like Victini is one of those Pokemon that was event only. And if you didn't get it from the few events it might have been featured in with the games, you don't have that. And you probably never will. Because I don't think they're going to do another event for Victini. Well, ever again. It's very similar to Arceus, Shaman, Pokemon like that. But the crazy thing is, in Pixelmon, you can literally encounter Victini as a regular wild spawn. If you go to the Biomic and spawn in, you can capture as many as you want. You can shiny hunt Victini. And that brings us to my point of why Pixelmon is so much fun. Because no matter what restrictions apply to the main series games, no matter what Pokemon they're saying, oh, of course, Star Rain, no matter what Pokemon they're saying, oh, well, it's impossible to, or this is only going to be a one-time thing because it's too rare or too exclusive. In Pixelmon, that never matters. There is no you only get one of this Pokemon. The only Pokemon in Pixelmon currently out of all the generations that you cannot acquire is the Eternamax Eternace, which I already did a video on, guys. If you want to check that out, feel free to do so. But other than that, regular Eternatus, you can get as many as you want. You can shiny hunt him as much as you want. And that is the core fun, I think, that Pokemon is your ability to be able to go through your world, catch as many Pokemon as you want, shiny hunt as much as you want, search out all the forms that you could possibly ever want, because in Pixelmon, they are not limited like the main series games where it's, oh, we're going to only have shinies and that's it. We're never going to do like other forms. In this game, you can encounter many a different forms, like the pink Pokemon, they don't have shadow Pokemon yet, but I imagine at some point they are going to do shadow Pokemon. That's pretty straightforward, especially now with Pokemon Go doing that. But you can encounter many of other forms. If you see my videos, my guides, my series, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to go into specific because I want you guys to try out Pixelmon yourselves as well and experience all the cool forms you can encounter. And they're not rare either. It's not like you have to spend millions of hours. I mean, some people tell me in the comments they've spent millions of hours trying to find something. But for me personally, I've never had a problem encountering any type of Pokemon, really. Sure, there's some things that are far more rare than others, but most of the time, if you just casually are playing, you're going to encounter your fair share of rare spawns. It's pretty crazy. Now, moving forward outside of the actual Pokemon, let's talk about other core game mechanics. Battling, pretty seamless in Pixelmon. I know before anyone says anything, there are a few bugs that they've currently been working on to fix, especially with the fact that Mega Pokemon aren't currently spawning in Pixelmon. That's going to be fixed in the next update, guys. If you read their patch notes on their Discord server, if you're a part of that, so far it seems like in the next update that they are working on right now, they have fixed the Mega spawning issue. The Ultra Space wormholes that were not spawning have been fixed as well. I didn't even know that was a thing because I have a Pokemon in my series that can spawn Ultra wormholes, so that wasn't a problem. Also, yeah, did I mention you can go to Ultra Space in Pixelmon? Yeah, you can do that. You can also go to this drowned dimension where it's completely underwater and you fight these random underwater zombie-like fish Pokemon. It's pretty crazy. Again, something you're just gonna have to experience. And Pixelmon even has Pokestops from Pokemon Go, which is pretty crazy. And honestly, in my opinion, the best way of getting Pokeballs in the game right now outside the villages. And speaking of villages, if you guys are still watching my screen, here's the village right now. Villages in Pixelmon currently have, obviously, the Pokemon Center, the Pokemart. They have different areas that you can train and battle your Pokemon, like battle arenas. They do have the gyms. There is a gym system right now that is currently being worked on. Right now, there's only 4 gyms in Pixelmon, that being the Grass Gym, the Ground Gym, the Fire Gym, and the Ghost Gym, which I have separate videos on if you want to check those out. Feel free to do so. And oh, we found the Swan Boat. I've actually never seen this before in Pixelmon. I should say the Swana boat, but this is something that you can encounter, and it even has a Master Ball loot in it, which is pretty crazy. Shouts to the Lapras. But that's what I'm talking about. Even the Arceus shrine that we just found right here, the chalice that you can get to help summon Arceus, is spawned right here. And that's the point of what I'm trying to make here, is Pixelmon to sort of do it at your own pace. You do not have to go a certain linear path. I know a lot of people like the main series games because it's a linear path of you do the 8 gyms, then you do the rival, then you do the Elite Four, then you do the post game, and then you complain until the next game comes out. I know, I've seen it a lot, actually. Or you do the occasional complaint about a remake, and then the remake comes out, and then you're upset that the remake isn't the same as the original, and then you're upset about that for a good 2 years. It's a constant that, and what's the beauty of Pixelmon is since Pixelmon, you can sort of make your own gyms and trainers in creative. You guys know you can do that, is literally just spawning your own NPCs and customize them as you wish. Since you can do that, there's never the idea of, oh, this is too easy or too difficult, because you can literally make your own version if you so desire. Now, sure, a lot of people might say, well, that's cheating. I want to actually play the mod for what it is. Sure, but the option is there in case you want to. I mean, you can't go around thinking that no one in the world is going to be like, I'm going to go in creative and spawn in full diamond set and armor because I don't want to. Or I'm going to play in peaceful because I don't want to die or lose my inventory. Stuff like that. A lot of people play Minecraft however they want. And that's the beauty of Minecraft. And that's why Pokemon, I think, fits so well into, because Pokemon itself is not meant to be a, unless you play Pokemon Arceus, it's not meant to be a, oh, I got to try hard to survive. I have to watch out I might die, blah, blah, blah. It's meant to just be peacefully going around catching and playing with Pokemon. Also, shouts to the Grass Village. We have just found one, looking really nice. But yeah, this is what the villages are going to be looking like in your Pokemon world eventually, once they have added as many gyms as they so desire, or towns to go with the gyms. This is what every town will look like in your world, and it's beautiful. I love whoever works, like all the builders in the Pixelmon mod, that they architecturally structurize this town. It's so amazing. And even the towns in Pixelmon have their own custom spawns as well, so just keep that in mind. And that's another thing. I know the newer Pokemon games like Arceus and Scarlet and Violet have shied away from this, but the old series games that I never personally liked was the whole grass patch thing, where you had to go into the grass to encounter a random RNG pool of Pokemon. And some people might like that, but if you think about it, when Minecraft came out with Pixelmon back in like the year 2011 or 2012, whenever modding first kicked up and Pixelmon came out, what was amazing about it was that wasn't a thing. You could go just anywhere in the world and encounter Pokemon. It didn't matter where you were, how deep underground, how above in the sky you were. I mean, above in the sky does kind of matter, but because of the spawn radius and everything. But besides that, like, you can encounter as many Pokemon as you desire, and you can encounter as many as you want. There's no limit to it. There's no, you have to restart your game to get a new Pokemon. You don't have to worry about the starter Pokemon, because you can encounter them in your world. You don't have to wait for there to be some event that's going to give you a level 100 max IV starter Pokemon for you to feel good about it. Like, again, I personally disagree with Scarlet and Violet's choice. I know Sword and Shield did this too with the whole, we're going to do the max raid den battle, and if you beat it, you get a max IV, IV, 100% legendary or starter or whatever. I personally don't like that, because what's the point of that? You're not training it. You have it at max stats already. It's not giving you anything. It's just giving you a max stat thing that you're just going to put in your storage as a collectible. And collectible is fine, but like, you're not training it. You're not doing anything with it. I know in Scarlet and Violet now you can kind of like, you know, throw it out, have a picnic with it and stuff. That's cool. But other than that, you're not really doing anything with it. At least in Pixelmon, when you want to go for something, you're going to get it at its like lowest level per se, unless you go into Ultra Space. And then you can train it up. And if you go into Ultra Space and catch that level 100, sure, you caught the level 100. But in Pixelmon, level 100 doesn't mean you beat the game. Level 100 just means you have the highest level Pokemon. That doesn't mean what you're about to encounter is the highest level, because in Pixelmon, we have this funny thing called boss levels. And if you guys didn't know, the bosses that can spawn in Pixelmon vary the levels based on your Pokemon. So like if you encounter a, let's say, the highest level boss possible, it will be 40 levels above any Pokemon you have in your party. So if you have a level 100, it's going to be level 140, and yes, the stats reflect that. It's not like a simulated 140 where it's like a fake level that doesn't mean anything. No, it literally is as if you were fighting a level 140 Pokemon. And sure, you can't ever get to that point, but that's the beauty of Pixelmon, is no matter what level you reach, you're still going to have a challenge, and you're still going to have to fight your way to beat whatever things you desire. And yeah, sure, you could say, well, Pixelmon is boring because it doesn't have the full town expansions. I can't explore and do all these cool things I can in the main series games. It doesn't have that charm of the main series games. I completely understand that. I know a lot of people feel that way, and that's why Pixelmon isn't for everyone. But me personally, in conclusion to this little discussion, I think Pixelmon is super fun. I think it is worth giving a try if you have a computer that can run it, because Pixelmon is very taxing on the PC. It's one of the biggest mods out there. It has a lot of content in it. A laptop is probably not going to be able to run Pixelmon very well, especially nowadays. But if you have a PC that can run Pixelmon, if you know how to mod, please give it a try. If you're a fan of Pokemon, I think you will enjoy it a lot. And heck, if you've never done modding before, if you're scared to mod a Minecraft game, the Minecraft game itself, that's completely all right. I've done millions of guides on how to install mods, how to install Pixelmon. You can look them up on my channel, or they'll be linked in the description. I forget what I have linked in the description by default, but you guys can check those out if you so desire, because Pixelmon, I think, is something that every Minecraft player, as long as they can do it, should give a try occasionally. And when I say mod in Minecraft, I mean Java Minecraft. I don't mean Minecraft Bedrock. I don't mean Windows 11 Minecraft. I mean regular traditional Java Minecraft that you download that you can mod, because you can't put Pixelmon on anything else. And Pixelmon is a Forge mod, not Fabric, not insert Minecraft modded launcher here. Just do it the regular way, guys. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this rambling discussion. I do hope you all did enjoy it. If you sat through all the way to the end, let me know in the comments down below what you like about Pixelmon. What is your favorite thing about it? Or is there something you dislike about it? Because I know there's a few things that people don't like right now in Pixelmon that probably isn't going to change just because you don't like it, but I know there's a few things people don't like right now. So feel free to let me know about your opinions, thoughts in the comments down below, and I hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, everybody. Goodbye.